Okay, jumping right back in, part 2. Second week in a row, an entirely different computer setup. An entirely different computer setup, but it's okay. Let's go. Let's jump right back in where you left off in the book of Revelation, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 9.
Come on.
And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
Come on.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
He shall continue a short space, which is the last empire that would come out of the Roman Empire. Read.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition.
And goeth into perdition. So there will be one, which the 8th, that's made out of the original horns, that would be created, which is called America. America would eventually become the bad guy that Rome could blame. It could become the fall guy that Europe would eventually blame for all the ills of the earth. They needed to create a separate entity to control. So that now, when it all fall out, America is blamed for it all. The 8th was the creation of the Roman Empire that would become the fall guy. I'm going to prove it. Read.
Verse number 11, or verse 12.
Yep.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
1 hour with the beast. So those 10 kings will be the original EU that was a part of the Roman Empire. 1 hour is what? The last government established before Christ come back. When all things are actually controlled by a universal world power, like it once was under Caesar. So they must get rid of what? In any bastion of truth or any similitude of freedom out of the countries they created. So they must slowly, incrementally take all the freedoms one at a time from Babylon. Babylon the Great is fallen. They must demoralize Babylon, destroy the family or image of Babylon, so that now they are absolved. See? They are absolved because now all the earth is going to look at America as the problem. This is why the image of America isn't family anymore, God anymore. They have systematically set up something in which the whole earth will hate, so that all power will go back to Rome when it's said and done. They're taking its power back from America. And like I told Elder Lawyer, this is the second week in a row with a different computer that just went out of nowhere. And I told Elder Lawyer, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Because if I was on their side and owned this equipment, I would do the same thing. Because keep in mind, folks, we're on the grid resonating to people with truth. Pastors, preachers, teachers, everyday layman is learning the true narrative of the Bible because the Most High have blessed us with what? The gift to connect the dots for the people. And once you see, you can no longer unsee. So this is why they disrupted, and it just, listen, the electric, everything just cut off for a second and pop right back up. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you know what? What we're teaching must be effective. Okay, I can deal with that. Let's go, Elder Lawyer. Let's break it down. Almost done.
Verse 13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Come on.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
These shall make war with the Lamb. Come on.
and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
Now, let me get that again, Elder Lawyer. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me get that once again. Read that last piece.
Verse 14.
The verses before that.
Verse 12. It says, in fact, verse 13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
They have one mind and will give their what?
Their power and strength unto the beast.
And will give their power and strength unto the beast. See? So when it talks about the beast and these empires and all that, these are talking about governments at the behest of a head spirit, an overall spirit, and that gives them the knowledge and technology and the plans to come against our people in the earth. This is deeper than just a white man. Okay, come on, finish reading.
Verse 14, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
And these, let me pull it up so they can see it. So you all can see it real quick. These should make war with the Lamb. Let's get it here. These shall make war with the Lamb. This is why they have their digital satellites out in space. It's not just to watch people. This is a military what? Weapon system. They have even created, by using CERN, antimatter weapons. And now that they have CERN on the grid, they also have the technology to go through portals. Now, and of course, they're going to lose this war. But that was the original plan at the Tower of Babel, to go through portals so they can battle the heavenly realm coming to judge earth. Who's behind this? The Roman Empire. Who's the beast who gave them their power? Satan. Where did they introduce themselves together to calculate this plan against the children of God? At Mount Seir. Finish reading, Elder Lawyer.
Verse number 14.
Come on.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Look at that. All races of people under one Babylonian ideology, under one spirit. Now, their spirit is separate from the cultures and traditions of their forefathers. They come into one country with one mind and change their culture. Similar to how our people and other people at the Tower of Babel left their lands and the initiatives that was given to them by their fathers to build under Satan. If that doesn't sound like America, I don't know what it sounds like. East Indians come here and lose their what? Culture, tradition, honor, and become what? Babylonian, American. One people. Chinese people come here and they leave off from the traditions and honors of their family, and now they're now walking the new ideology, drinking the cup. But if you are detached from your traditions and culture, you can now be used for the tower. See? This is why they teach this multiculturalism, mix everything up so that people don't have any honor or tradition to fight for. Finish reading, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. Verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Come on.
And the ten horns which thou sawest upon the beast, These shall hate the whore,
These shall hate the whore,
and shall make her desolate,
and shall make her desolate.
and naked, and
Naked is to expose America. She created America. Rome created America. And now she's exposing America to be what? Torn and destroyed through war. So that all of the honor can go back to the country that created her, Rome. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Elder Lawyer.
yes, sir. Verse number
All power go back to the wizard. And what they in hopes of destroying the children of Israel within its wake. Because it's the freedom we have actually been able to exercise here in this truth that's freeing the world and exposing them as the children of Esau, the enemies of God, the enemies of our people. See? And it's the freedoms that we're protected under that really allow this truth to get out throughout the four corners of the earth. So they're looking at, listen, it's time to take away all freedoms and destroy the place where Judah had that voice to awaken the world. Our time is up because Judah has begun to speak. Christ is speaking through his people, and they're waking up all over the earth. Finish reading, Elder Lawyer.
yes, sir. It says, These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire. And guess what? They're going to have an excuse to do so. Disease. Disease. In this book, the human face of big data. The human face of big data. A book that was published, around 2014, breaks down big tech, all the plans, and using diseases as the proxy to set up the mark of the beast system. And in the book, it's just showing our people, right? We're the only people not smiling. We're the only people where technology must get in place to save us from diseases. Because if they can now make us the image of sickness, right? Automatically, if we're separated from everyone else and there's a rendition in which the fire is going to have to be utilized to stop the disease, they have a built-in system to get rid of us and be absolved by calling it a disease. Fire kills diseases. Hey, folks. Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir.
I need you to read that portion right there about the sickness there.
Yep, it's page 47 of the human face of big data.
The human face of big data. Now notice, in Africa, they won't build the streets or anything that would give us a better quality of life. But hey, we'll sure get a cell phone, won't we? It doesn't matter where you are and what the standard of living, rich or poor, free or bond, everyone has a phone in their hand, right? So we're going to talk about this, right? This came out of the book Elder Lawyer is reading right here. The human face of big data. The diseases will give them an excuse to segregate our people from everyone else, to rendition our people, so that now they can now execute the final solution and blame it publicly by saying that we had to rid the disease. See? I hope y'all understand the magnitude of what we're breaking down here. So the technology in the book here is not only talking about bringing all technological industries together, agricultural and all that, and how to rid the world of diseases altogether with our faces there. Malaria, smallpox, all of that. And it's really a plan to not only destroy Babylon, but to get rid of our people in remote areas by first giving all people a negative image of our people as criminals, as diseased, as underserved, as third world, by them plastering our image less than how God views us. It's giving them the full right to rendition or to come against us everywhere, like they did in 70 AD. Read that real quick, Elder Lawyer.
It says here, data tracking could even help monitor infectious disease. Pentland has shown that certain patterns picked up by a person's phone, such as decrease in calls and text messages, correspond to the onset of the common cold in influenza.
The common cold in influenza is what they were talking about in 2014 in this book. The common cold and influenza, they had it in the book how they was going to initiate all of this leading to the mark of the beast. Read.
If outfitted with software that can intervene when data analysis suggests the early stages of an illness, your next phone could help you figure out you're sick before you are even aware of a problem.
Now notice this, folks. The FDA approved the RFID chip or some type of technology years ago for the sick. So now the technology will allow you to understand a sickness before you actually exhibit a symptom. So why did they put this out there in 2014? Because the technology in the people will allow those that are looking through those satellites, brothers and sisters, to be able to pinpoint who has a disease in them before you actually go to a doctor. And now they will have, that's right, the full authority. When they recognize the disease in a computer, that person to come and move you out from amongst the rest of the people to quarantine you. But they had to get the stuff in you first, so that now they can monitor the body from the outside like God monitors us from heaven. So that now if you are a disease, they'll know it initially and come get you out of the house and have a full excuse to get you and quarantine you separate from the population to make everyone else safe. It's right here, folks. Read on.
It is still early days for the self-tracking movement, and future applications will no doubt be much more powerful. But the idea of a program that allows people to adjust their behavior and monitor their well-being.
To adjust their behavior and monitor their well-being. So you mean the technology will have some bearing on the people neurologically. This was 2014, folks. Read. To make an easily controlled population for those who volunteer to be controlled under the beast. Read.
But the idea of a program that allows people to adjust their behavior and monitor their well-being is too enticing to ignore.
It's too enticing to ignore. A program that can help with behaviors, mental health, physical health, to know sickness before the sickness or the symptom actually take root and kill people. So that's how they selling it. It sounds good, right? But these are technological weapons, and in of itself, Minority Report. To be able to demonize or criminalize a person who has done nothing at all, simply because a disease is recognized in them. See? And see, the computer systems, listen, I build computers. I built computers to do music on and all that. And when you have a virus in a computer, before you can delete the virus, you must first get a program to quarantine the virus. See? And once the virus is quarantined, and we understand that that particular virus isn't a part of the operating system, that means deleting it won't affect or shut down the computer. Then when it's quarantined and the computer is working fine, then it asks, do you want to delete it? Okay? So that what? The computer can continue to work as it was what? Constructed to do so. Right? So check out what they're going to do now. Virus, to make people safe, you must quarantine them first. But the part they didn't give us, the third leg of it all, was the deletion. See? Come on.
Someone will make it work. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Who? The what foundation?
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the M Health Alliance, a group that includes representatives from the United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundation.
Hold up, from who?
It says the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the M Health Alliance, a group that includes representatives from the United States and the Rockefeller Foundation.
And from the Rockefeller Foundation, read,
are already encouraging the development of health-related phone apps.
Health-related phone apps. They were talking about this in 2014, folks. Apps that would pop up and let you know if somebody in your area is sick. 2014. Hold up the book again, Elder Lawyer. Now, let me show you this. Isn't this something? Isn't this something? I'm almost done, folks. Just work with me, because I have a lot to do between now and tomorrow. Work with me here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this real quick. Let's get this out of the way. And let's go here. Let's go here. Read that last piece again in there, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the M Health Alliance, a group that includes representatives from the United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundation.
The United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundations
are already encouraging the development of health-related phone apps.
Health-related phone apps. Bill Gates and the Melinda Gates Foundation. Here is Mainstream News Independent, News and Science. Bill Gates warns of smallpox terror attacks as he seeks research for funds as of November 2021. Oh no, we're not going to allow this to happen. We are not going to allow that to happen. We're going to keep it right where it is. Keep it right where it is, and we're going to pause it. Right where it is, and we're going to pause it. We are going to pause it. Folks, look at it. Bill Gates has warned government to prepare for smallpox terror attacks and future pandemics by investing billions into research and development. Yeah. Keep on popping stuff up. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Close. Out of here. Bill Gates has warned government to prepare for smallpox. Now, folks, in this book, it's showing Africans, our people, with malaria and smallpox and other diseases in the book. Every other race of people are smiling concerning the technology that's coming. But they've related all the diseases to us. And don't forget, it was Bill Gates years ago who said that we need to prepare for a pandemic. And near 2000, what? Near 2008, 2009, in the news he was talking about that. So now we must look at the smallpox and what happens if I didn't say it. They usually tell us what's going to happen next. I didn't say it. Bill Gates warns of smallpox terror attacks as he seeks research. And see, the Bible tells us about the fever and about the things that will come upon our people for disobedience. And now we're starting to see how it's playing out real time. Elder Lawyer, finish reading what you have there so that we can close up.
Yes, sir. It says here the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the M Health Alliance, a group that includes representatives from the United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundation, are already encouraging the development of health-related phone apps.
Phone apps.
They are acting on the premise that a world in which it is easy for anyone, anywhere to collect and securely share data with medical researchers could be a healthier place for us all.
It makes it a healthier place for us all, folks. And no wonder third world countries where people are suffering, that the governments of the earth, Rome and others, aren't working on giving our people a better quality of life. But we'll give them some of the highest technology on the earth. They'll have the updated iPhone. Right? They'll have the updated iPhone in the same book. Why? Because eventually they're going to have to connect everyone together, because Revelations 13, let's end it there, Elder Lawyer. Here we go. Nothing new under the sun, folks. You need to know what to look out for and how they're going to be administering some of what they're preparing for. Okay? All you got to do is look at the history of the guy that's talking about things, him and his wife, and see how they were able to administer the things, the diseases they were warning us about. That's the most I can say there. And it's going to give the world powers, governments, full authority to make us safe. And how do you make them safe? We have to segregate the people and deal with the disease. Well, it so happened in the Bible, at the end of it, we were always deemed the disease by Satan and Esau, with them understanding our prophecies. That's right, according to the Almighty, to judge them for their wickedness once Christ returns. Small, great, free or bound, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelation chapter 13, verse number 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Read it again.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor.
That's what doesn't matter. The same iPhone that Donald Trump or Gates can have in his hand, our people are going to have in their hand. And they're attempting to move this technology from phones, because they need the phones, because this is what connects the world. The reason they went into Afghanistan was to get the lithium for all of the phones everyone must have. But they need the nanoparticles put in people that would connect them to the technology on the phone, which they spoke about, brothers and sisters, years ago. This was spoken about, brothers and sisters, years ago. Years ago. I was talking about this in 2008, 2009. So even if your phone dropped, it doesn't matter. The nanoparticles that you voluntarily received will still be tracking markers. The mark of the beast is coming. And it's not an antichrist. The beast is Satan. Read.
And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Now that's coming into full circle, the reason for modern day technology. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And when you look at the Hebrew word charagma, it says the etching of the skin, pricked. So what John seen was somebody sticking someone with the needle, administering something into people that would connect them to the beast. Now I don't understand why Christ says that family is going to be going against each other, fighting each other, foes going to be of their own household, because people are going to be turning into something different. Even their behaviors will be controlled. Here we are, one step towards it. And I believe what happened in the last couple of years was setting up the infrastructure for it. Everything we were talking about originally when YouTube first began has now come into full view. And the mark of the beast is coming. But we aren't to fear. We're not going to fear. Because the same God who gave us this showed us a way through this in the same book. In the same book, there's a path through this. Finish reading.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name. Where you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have the number of his name. And it's no wonder that they're talking about food shortages right now. They're going into, they done went from this to food shortages. I'm going to be talking about that next week. But this is so that the population of the earth, whom they feel is overpopulated, can begin to scavenge and fight at the bottom for whatever crumbs that are left. That will create an internal what? War amongst the inner cities. Demonizing the inner cities to a degree where a solution must be had. Read that last piece again, Elder Lawyer.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
The number of his name. And what's the number of his name?
Here is wisdom.
Here is wisdom.
Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
His number is 666. The number of a man. And when you look at those characters of numbers, it goes straight back to Lucifer and the Roman Empire. Lucifer, their god, and the man they'll use to implement Lucifer's system. What man? What man? Elder Lawyer, let's now go to Thessalonians. Let's now go to the book of Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse number 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Come on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
That wicked will be revealed.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Come on.
Even him whose coming is after Satan.
His comings is what?
After the working of Satan.
After the working of Satan. After the working of Satan. The people he established must be revealed. Read.
Jumping back to verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first.
Unless our people fall by the hands of the Roman Empire first.
And that man of sin be revealed.
that man of sin be revealed, the Edomite Empire, Rome. Read.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition. The son of perdition. Chiefly the children of Amalek. They must be revealed before the coming of our Lord and Savior. Now, you must point out Amalek so that our people can do the research on them. How Amalek has always worked behind the curtain. He would always work unseen. He's too cowardly to do a frontal warfare against the men. When you look at the history of Amalek, he'll let the men pass and he'll sneak around the back and kill the elderly, women, and children. That's how Amalek works. To weaken the future of the nation. See? It tells you, that's why the Bible says, write this as a memorial to wipe out Amalek from what? From out of any record in heaven going forward. Their name isn't written in the book of life, and this is why they set up a religion that's anti-Christ. It's speaking of Amalek. And we'll be going into a few days, Purim, where Haman the Agagite, who came from Amalek, planned a conspiracy with the Persian king to get rid of us during our time in serving Persia, Iran. How they set up a census to number us so that they can pay mercenaries, Esau, to kill us off as a people. That's what Purim is about. That's what Purim is all about, and we'll be celebrating that Tuesday night. We'll be together, commune together, talk about it. We'll give gifts one to another and talk about it and celebrate the Most High judging Amalek, Haman, the Agagite back then, like he will soon judge the son and the children of the beast in the near future. Hence the reason, folks, of why they demonize us or try to disease us or always pushing some type of medical stuff on us, knowing that these are time-released things that can destroy the future of our children, of our family. And no one is talking about it. Small, great, rich, poor, free, or bound to receive a mark in their right hand here, or in their foreheads. The technology that was shown to John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos has been instituted. But here's the question. Will you build the Most High in Christ's kingdom in preparation for a judgment on the right side of this? Or will you continue to build the Tower of Babel against yourself, against your people? Choose this day which God you will serve. Thank you, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This concludes our lesson for today. I apologize for the technical issues that we really could do nothing about, but I wanted to make sure we finish this off. Make sure you share this with your family and understand what's going on real time according to prophecy. Okay? See you tomorrow. Tracing the Serpent Seed, week 2 of the Hebrew and Bible Academy. If this lesson has interest, let me put it here. 1 second. Let me type it here. If this lesson today has piqued your curiosity concerning the understanding on how to break down the Bible to understand what's really going on today, in your chat, you see historytimes.org. I expect to see you in class tomorrow morning. With that, I'm going to say, may the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up. Sin not. We will soon see Zion. Bless you. I know Zion is somewhere, right? Yep. Shalom.
Shalom.
To Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. You hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, Lord, guide my path, show me